Hi, it's Indy K, Yard Sales Arena, here again with Uncle Vinty, the Vintage Tool Man, and we have some more items to show you from the weekend of October the 20th and 21st. Okay, start off with some Goodwill items. I bought 3 of these fabulous hardback books, Reader's Digest Book of Facts. This thing is great. This was published in '87, so it's a little dated, but if you're going on Jeopardy or some show like that, this would be a good book to help you study. A wonderful coffee table book, the National Geographic Society, 100 Years of Adventure and Discovery. This was also from 1987. The pictures in this book are just fabulous, just chocked full, and also full of wonderful information. And the last one is also by the Reader's Digest. This was The Splendor of the Past, Lost Cities of the Ancient World. And again, just a wonderful book to go through and read up on history. And also this book is chock full of fabulous photos. So for $6.50 for these 3 books. Gotta love that. All right, then at a yard sale yesterday, we actually, at a church sale, we were driving by and we stopped. For $1, I got this nice vintage Johnny Walker red bar mirror. $1 for it. This sells $25 on eBay. At that same church sale, I got a Red Lion Tavern plaque. This is actually made out of wood, and this is actually carved in. I paid $2.50 for that. I couldn't find this online, but I suspect that would sell for $20 or $25 also, maybe a little more. The Red Lion Tavern is a famous tavern over in Germany, as well as they have Red Lion taverns in Los Angeles. I know there's one in LA, and there's probably some elsewhere. Okay, one other item from a yard sale. This, can you see that, Uncle Vinty? Should I put it down? It says 1894, and this is a cast iron trivet, and it says Wilton on the back. You probably aren't going to be able to see that, but that bumps the price up. Ones that are unmarked are not worth that much. Ones that are marked, about $15, and I paid $2 for that. Now, a couple other Goodwill finds. This is a Mickey. He's animated. We checked him out. He does run, but he's kind of, what would you call it? He's
slow.
He's sluggish.
He's sluggish.
Sluggish. He's
Needs
slow.
to be oiled.
He's slow-mo Mickey. But we have taken the batteries out. We had to use them for something else, so you won't get to see him. But paid $5 for him. How cute is that? Even if he didn't run, I'd buy him. But this is the piece de la résistance. I probably didn't say that correctly, but you know what I mean. Look at that. I was at the Goodwill. He was down on the very bottom shelf. I just saw part of it, and I bent down to see what it was. A woman next to me said, "Oh, I had him in my basket for an hour, but the manager priced him at $20." And she said, "I thought that was too much. He does have a little bit of a crack up here on his nose, but I'm going to display him just like that." Anyway, I talked to the person who was in charge of the home goods where he was, and they sold him to me for $8. So I was really happy with him. I couldn't find anything like him online. Doesn't he have kind of a Cirque Du Soleil look to him, the character? I really don't know what he is, but my plan is to display him and hang on to him. I know he's worth more than $8. All right. That's it for this table. Hold on one second. I'm going to go and show you some other items. I have some additional items I want to show you. I bought these at a yard sale in Bowie. It's a girl who had a booth up in one of the antique malls in Baltimore, but she's gotten really busy and doesn't have time to do it, so she's liquidating her stock. Fortunately, her and I seem to have the same style. I bought these 3 pieces from her. You can see these are hand painted on all the pieces. Now they do need some cleaning up, but I'm going to try to preserve this because I can't paint. I have friends who can, but I'm still going to try to preserve this and clean this up and give them a little more continuity. I paid $30 for those 3 pieces. I got some vintage cast aluminum old cars. Can you read the name on there?
It says Buick 1910.
Does it say anything else? I think it has the company that made them. Here.
Midwest.
Midwest. That's a company that made these. I think these came from the 70s. I paid $10 for the 3 of those. Then I got this really neat small trunk. It still has the label in here. It says Trunks by Jones and Schwarzkopf. Did I say that correctly, Uncle Vinty? I think that's correct.
Schwarzkopf.
Croft. Is it got an R in there?
No.
No R, sorry. And it's in really good shape. It needs a little bit of cleaning. The wood, I will probably, I don't know, I might sand it, but I might not. Some of the black metal strapping needs a little bit of touching up. But really, the only thing this little trunk needs, other than some cleaning, is a couple of leather handles for the sides. You order those online. They're not that expensive. If you want to go really cheap, you can just buy some leather at the Tandy's or the craft store and go like that. I paid $20 for that. And then the last thing is this print from the 1920s. The name is, help me out, Uncle Vinty. I don't have my glasses on.
Mueller, Ann Benson.
Annie Benson Mueller. And the title is
Just a Little Dream.
Just a Little Dream. I loved that. Now you can see the frame is damaged. We have a piece of it, but not the whole frame. But there's things you can do. You can find some of these vintage frames online on occasion, or even at yard sales on occasion. The other thing you can do is cut out a mat in this shape and then just put it in a regular rectangular or oval frame. So you have a couple of options available. I couldn't pass that up. I ended up getting all of this for $60. So I guess she charged me, what, 30, 50?
20 for the trunk, I think it was.
Yeah, so 50, 60, she kind of threw that in. So $60 for all of this. I was really happy with that. And I think that's about it. Hi, okay, just a couple more items. I got a couple of these embroidery hoops. This is a big one, and I got this oval one. I paid $1/4 each for these. No, I don't do embroidery, but there's other things you can do with these. For example, this is just a small quilt, and you can see they have just mounted it inside of one of these hoops. You don't have to sew and do any quilting. Just get a really neat, interesting piece of fabric, put it inside here, cut it in a circle or an oval. You can hem it up if you want, or if not, just let it fray. That looks cool too. And mount that on the wall, and you've got instant art. That's your art tip from Auntie Kay. We went to a lot of estate sales this weekend. The other one that we went to was one by Empty Nest, run by Fran and Janine. We love them. We went back today. It was the second day of the sale, so most items were half price, and we got some great deals. Let me show you what we found. We got a whole host of black folk art dolls, a neat black folk art painting, and the thing I really wanted was this small short easel. I love that. We paid a total of $15 for all of those items, and this is actually a tablecloth. I like that for taking pictures for eBay or putting in a shop to display items. It's just nice, gives it a nice country look. All right, what else do we get? Let me see if I can figure this out. We paid $25 for this lamp. This is a nice antique lamp. It's hand painted. Yes, it needs a new shade, but I'm telling you, at the Goodwill, at some point in time, I will find a shade similar to this for a couple of dollars. So I was happy with that. Most of these items were half price. Let's see, what do we figure this all was, Uncle Vinty? Well, we ended up paying $85 for this whole slew of items. So this is just a nice, interestingly shaped glass bottle that probably has a name, but I don't know what it is.
Like a decanter.
Decanter, there you go. Thank you. See, Uncle Vinty knows. I got a couple of old vintage jugs. I paid $5 for this one, $20 for this one, which is just neat. It's a neat old jug. It's got a lot of character. They originally had 65 on that and 20, you can see. This is one of those butter presses, and we paid $5 for that. I got a neat old oil lamp with an old Eagle burner, $5 on that. This is barnwood frame, and it's, what would you call that, routered out or in the back,
Yes, it's
Uncle
right.
Vinty, so
Yeah.
that you could put your picture or even a piece of glass in there. So it's ready to use as a frame, $5 for that. And then they gave us this because I mentioned that Uncle Vinty has some of this reed that you can use, or wicker, for repairing. And so they gave it to Uncle Vinty for a project. And we are. This will take a little bit of time, but this can be totally repaired, sprayed white, and then I'll repaint the flowers whatever color we decide. So they threw that in for free. And this I got that at the Goodwill a couple weeks ago for $1. It's a back scratcher. Uncle Vinty loves it. All right. That is it from the Empty Nest estate sale. And I think we had a great weekend. Hope we do as well next week. See you then. Bye-bye.